Oh, hi. Hello. I greet you today. I hope you are well. I trust you've been okay. Today, as you can see in front of me, quite a number of coconut balls. There are quite a number of coconut pieces. And today, I want to try my hand at cracking the coconut and removing the flesh of the coconut. In an earlier video, we have talked about how to choose a coconut to buy, how to be able to identify a good coconut. And we said that it is important that the coconut does not appear stained on the top, especially where there is the protruding fiber. If the fibers have been wetted and they are molding, it means that that coconut is leaking. And so it is important that the coconut is clean on the surface, it feels heavy, and it it has water. Although the fact that it has water is not really a guarantee, but the surface can tell you when it was harvested, because when it starts aging, it changes into lighter color. The color starts becoming darker, and when you hold it, you might feel that it has no water, or it is even light. And the bottom coconut, two pieces at the bottom here, this coconut, it appeared okay, small size, appeared okay. It felt it had some little water inside, but when I have opened it up, you can see that the fermentation process has started. This is not a good coconut to eat. The fermentation process has started, and this one can be only used by those who ferment coconuts for making hair oil, to produce hair oil, not cooking oil, but hair oil, which smells of coconut perfume. So I'm going to remove out this flesh of the coconut so that you can also see on the inside how this coconut. You can see the side that has been touching the shell of the coconut. Like I had told you, when it has gone bad and its fermentation process has started, you will see that the brown skin has already been damaged, and it has also becomes blackened and darkened. You can see most of the pieces that the brown clean skin has been damaged completely. You can even see this one has gone off color, and you can also see inside the shell, that inside the shell doesn't look nice, that whatever is inside is not fit for human consumption. You can also see how sickly is this shell inside, and whatever is holding is not fit for human consumption. But for people who make coconut oil for the hair, they can continue and process this kind of coconut, because what is happening is an actual fermentation process of the oils. You can see the coconut, which was very, very big, how it came out. It was clean inside, and you have seen that the inside of it, when I cracked it, it was so clean, because the lumen inside, the capacity inside, the space inside was so big. It had a lot of clean water, but unfortunately, it fell when I was pouring the water, and it poured all the water out. So you can see the difference. You can see the difference. That is, if your shell, when you get your coconut, is like this, that coconut is not fit for consumption. That is food that is not fit for consumption, and it should be thrown away. Your coconut shell inside should be like that. And I have shown you that when you remove the other side of the fresh should have a light browning color, uniform light browning color. And even the fresh itself should be firm, should be really firm, so that you can grate it very easily. So you have seen whatever you had spoken before about selecting your coconut. At least there are some criteria that can really guide you. Although that is not always 100%, because we still buy these coconuts, we look at it, we feel it has water inside, we look at the spots, it seems like it is fresh, and then we find that it has a problem. But what I know is that if you buy a coconut, you don't know when it was harvested. It may look very fresh, but if it goes in at home and it stays maybe for 1 month, 2 months, and you have not opened it, you may be surprised that when you open it, it may have started the fermentation process. This again is one of the other coconuts, one of the 5 coconuts which I showed you in the video, that I showed you that at the tip under the fibers there was molding. It seemed like there was a leakage, and I have cut it up. It had clean water, and you can see the fresh is fantastic. The fresh is so clean. The fresh is so hard. It is very hard, and it means that it is okay. It means that I also have scraped it. First of all, before I cut it out, I scraped it out to remove the molding, and you can see the molding was on the surface. So it is most likely that it was fluid that had poured from another coconut on it and had lodged under the fibers. So this is one of those other coconuts. You can see how clean it is. I will remove the flesh out of it so that I can preserve it. This is our last coconut, remember? The coconut that we said that under the fiber, there was a grain. There was a gray molding coloration. And also we checked on one of the eyes, we saw that it seemed like the molding was coming from one of the eyes. Although the flesh was very good and the water is very, its water looks very clean from that green bowl. It seems very clean, but it is possible that there could be also a contamination. There could also be a contamination. Yeah, like I was saying, that this is the last coconut. This is the one that had showed some molding under the fibers, and also in one of the eyes, it also had shown some molding. But interestingly, really, is that I see some grain. You can see, I see some grain inside the coconut, inside the shell. I was not expecting to see this kind of thing, but you can see there is some grain in this coconut. When you look at this coconut, you can see it is nice and light brown. And on both sides, there is nice and light brown. And in fact, the shell, the flesh of the coconut, when I removed it, it was nice and light brown. But you can see what is happening in this coconut. The pieces that I have removed, though they are completely firm, they look grayish. It's not light brown, but this grayish. It is grayish. You can see it is grayish. And they are a bit off color compared to what I have seen before. And the most interesting thing is that the shell is also grayed out. It is grayed out, like there are traces of molding and moisture that was leaking and finding its way. I hope this kind of demonstration is good for you, and it is helpful, and it opens our minds and what to expect, so that even if you have spent 100 shillings, even if you have spent 100 shillings and you go and find your coconut is like this, don't feel pain about the money you have lost. Ensure that you do not consume it, because your health is more important. And if you consume it, you may end up getting poisoned contaminated and poisoned, and you may spend much more money than the 100 shillings. And again, you must know that every time you go to the market and buy some of these enclosed things, it is just a risk that we take. At times, avocados, we don't know how they look like inside. You don't know how a green mango is going to ripen. It might ripen at the same time it starts rotting. So it is just life is just like that. Life is just like that.